The music world was stunned and heartbroken when it was announced that Whitney Houston, one of the greatest voices of a generation, had died. Several years after her death, though, her music still lives on, and so do the many stories that have been shared about the star. One in particular that people just can't get over is about the infamous figure who was in love with the "I Will Always Love You" singer and wanted to have Bobby Brown killed because he was married to her for a while. Read on to find out who that was and what he said about Houston. Bobby Brown and Whitney Houston have their photo taken at the 26th Annual NAACP Image Awards in 1994. Ron Galella, Limited, Ron Galella Collection via Getty Images. When Houston and Brown tied the knot. Houston and Brown met at the Soul Train Music Awards in 1989. I and some friends of mine were sitting behind him at the awards show. The "I Wanna Dance with Somebody" hitmaker recalled in an interview with Rolling Stone. "I was hugging them, we were laughing, and I kept hitting Bobby in the back of the head. I leaned over and said, 'Bobby, I'm so sorry.' And he turned around and looked at me like, 'Yeah, well, just don't let it happen again.' And I was like, ooh, this guy doesn't like me. Well, I always get curious when somebody doesn't like me." On July 18, 1992, The Voice and the King of R&B tied the knot. However, their highly publicized union was a tumultuous one. They eventually separated in 2006 and divorced the following year. Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown. 1993 in Universal City, California. Chris Walter, WireImageThis. This man was obsessed with Houston and wanted to have Brown killed. There was another man who wanted to marry the superstar while she was with Brown and reportedly spoke of having Brown killed to get him out of the way. That man was Osama bin Laden. Kola Boof was a poet and activist and is said to have lived with the notorious terrorist in the 90s at his Moroccan estate. She revealed that bin Laden was obsessed with the "I Have Nothing" artist. In her memoir Diary of a Lost Girl, the autobiography of Kola Boof, she wrote, per Reuters, bin Laden said that he had a paramount desire for Whitney Houston, and although he claimed music was evil, he spoke of someday spending vast amounts of money to go to America and try to arrange a meeting with the superstar. It didn't seem impossible to me. He said he wanted to give Whitney Houston a mansion that he owned in a suburb of Khartoum. Whitney Houston's name was the one that would be mentioned constantly. How beautiful she was, what a nice smile she has, how truly Islamic she is, but is just brainwashed by American culture and by her husband Bobby Brown, whom Osama talked about having killed. Boof remembered, adding, as if it were normal to have women's husbands killed. Houston and bin Laden's deaths were less than a year apart. Whitney Houston on stage at the 2009 American Music Awards. Kevork Djansezian, Getty ImagesBin Laden was killed by U.S.